Hello, and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Sunday, January 3rd, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is my desire is a sacred part of my sacred evolution. And today's an interesting day. It's a very interesting day. We have Mars shifting into Scorpio, and Mars goes retrograde every 2.5 years. And so Mars in Scorpio is actually going to be a big deal because Mars is going to spend 6 months actually total this year in Scorpio, and the rest of the time will be spent mostly in Sagittarius. So we have a lot of Mars and Scorpio energy to work through. And joining Mars and Scorpio today is the moon. So Scorpio energy today is like, whoa. And the second part of the day is going to be 13 degrees, the second evolution day of Sun in Capricorn. And so this energy altogether could feel really intense. Let's dive into this Mars and Scorpio energy. So I mentioned yesterday, Mars is amazing. It is your motivation. It is what moves you. It is your passion energy. And it also can be your anger. It can raise that anger when your passions aren't fulfilled, you're not able to do what you want. Mars really can activate that id energy that feels like it needs things for its survival. And Mars co-rules Scorpio with Pluto. So this energy is intensified, and Scorpio already has that energy, that intense energy. So with Mars in there, it just expands. And following through on our passions, following through on our desires, it becomes a feeling of life or death for us. It becomes very serious, and it is a sacred and serious part. I think what we need to be aware of is the intensity by which we are going to be feeling these things, and really bringing our consciousness into it and recognizing that Scorpio at its highest vibration is the vibration of transformation. So it's not about, forcing somebody at knife point to be in alignment with what we desire. It's not about, striking, manipulating. That can be a Scorpio trait to get our way. Ultimately, it always comes back to ourselves. We are the phoenix. How are we going to transform so that we are able to rise in this energy, in this strong energy? So we're going to be moving through Mars and Scorpio through March 5th, and then it's going to go direct into Sagittarius, and then it's going to retrograde, and come the end of May through August, we are going to spend more time with this energy going over it. So pay attention to the planets that you have in Scorpio, or in Sagittarius too, because Mars is going to be lighting up there, but right now in Scorpio, pay attention to Mars going over them and see how this is affecting your desire. What are you doing personally in your life to help allow your desire to come forward? What is holding you back, and where are you maybe putting that off into the world, where it's something you can transform in yourself? So, but it's going to feel like life and death. And that the edge of power that comes with Scorpio energy, I really want you to come back all the time. What's my motivation? What is my motivation? How am I getting there? And how am I allowing it to be for the highest good of everyone? Holding steady with that vibration. So, Moon in Scorpio is going to help us immediately get into the womb, get into the survival aspect around this. Because like I said, this can feel like life or death. It's so crazy how that just kept coming forward. It's going to feel like life or death to you, some of these things. How can you utilize your feelings around this? I lost my train of thought, but basically tap into it with the moon in Scorpio. Tap into where those survival things are coming from and recognize that you are supported. I actually did kind of a regression on myself today. I went back into my time in the womb, early childhood, inner child, teenage years, and reminded myself that I was divinely supported, that the earth had me. Because I went through Pluto in my 12th house and then Pluto in Sagittarius for the first basically 2 parts of my life. So I'm very familiar with this Scorpio vibration in my life and how it can feel like you're not safe. So use this moon to really get into knowing that you're safe. Finally, we have the moon in Scorpio also squaring Mercury in Scorpio. Mercury in Aquarius. So I told you we're going to have this, those Mercury squares happening. Is it the moon? Yeah, it's the moon. Just making sure. And Mars squaring Mercury. Sorry. Mercury is going retrograde, and I'm really feeling it. Anyway, so we're going to have that square happening. We're going to have that resistance. We're going to have our mind telling us, you can't do this. You're not safe. Here's why you're not safe. So be aware when that stuff comes up. This is your mind talking. It's bound to get a little extra chatty while it's in Aquarius, even if it's going retrograde. Aquarius heightens those electrical vibrations. You may be also taking on other people's thoughts, just popping in your head, and you're like, this isn't even mine. Pay attention to that talk and see, again, is this helping you in your transformation? Is it helping you in knowing that you are taken care of, you are divinely supported? Or is it kind of leaving your root chakra out there hanging in the breeze, floundering? You have to take care of yourself. You have to nurture yourself through these transits because it'll feel intense. Anyways, speaking of nurturing yourself through the transits, I just realized this. I pulled this patience card, but look at what she's doing. She's nurturing herself through the transits. And I love this in light of my Rumi quest that I said the other day. Rumi has the quote, if you spend 40 early mornings with yourself, you will get the same benefits that an embryo gets of 9 months of being in the womb. So gotta nurture yourself through this transformation energy. Look at this. Oh my God, it's so amazing. And I didn't even put it together beforehand. The other card I pulled is the laziness card. Don't get lazy in this. Don't get complacent in it, because that's when that unconscious stuff comes up, bubbles up like, a volcano bubbling over. This is an amazing opportunity for transformation. It's an amazing opportunity for you to take active part in your transformation, to really notice what's going on with you. Notice what's going on with your root chakra, and Mars is going to help us power through. Don't get sucked into the thoughts of life or death. It's never about that. Everything is energy. Everything continues onward. Focus instead on, how am I shifting? How am I moving in the path of my sacred soul's desire? How am I evolving my consciousness? So that's it for today, but you might want to book a reading. Dive into your Scorpio lessons. Find out when Mars is going to be going over your stuff in Scorpio. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.